We are getting closer and closer to the World Cup. As we edge towards it, I'll make more content regarding national teams and international football. Today, I want to go over the top 5 national teams in the world, at least what I think are the best national teams in the world. Welcome to the JVM Football channel, where you can find game analysis, football history, individual performances, top 10s, etc. If you are interested and would like more football content like this, please subscribe to the channel. This will not be in any particular order, ranking these and then having to go over every event over the past 5 seasons to justify my decision would probably just give me a headache. So for now, a video on the best national teams will suffice. We start off with Spain. Just 10 years ago, it would have been a no-brainer to have Spain on one of these things. They were by far the best national team in the world. But things have changed and Spain's fall from grace has not been pretty. However, over the past 18 months, I believe that we have seen good things from Spain, and not things to justify their place on this list. First of all, their squad and the young players coming up from Spain around Europe, mainly from Barcelona, the Barcelona boys, players like Pedri, Gavi, Fati and Ferran Torres give a lot of hope to this national team. These are players that are already performing quite well and whose future looks extremely promising. Another thing that prompts Spain's place on this list is how they have been able to make it into the final spots of the major competitions over the past 18 months or so, the Euros and Nations League. The Euros didn't go all that well for Spain, although they made it all the way to the semi-finals. They did so looking very sloppy and unorganized. However, the semi-final spot is always good. They then beat Italy, the European champions in the Nations League, so it is not like they don't deserve their spot on the list. The opposite applies actually. Spain have earned their spot due to their recent performances, and the young players also give them an opportunity to plan for the future. Spain have also qualified to the World Cup, finishing first in the group. So this also adds an extra element for them to be in this list. Another team that deserves to be on this list is Brazil. Brazil also have a lot of things going on for them, quite similar to Spain. They have been doing well in recent competitions, and the young players are nothing to scoff at. In recent years, Brazil have won the Copa America, made it to the final again last year, and won the Olympics. Brazil are just consistent all around. The young players are also very exciting. Some of these guys have been the leading figures of their respective clubs this season. Players like Vinicius Junior, Rodrigo, Gabriel Jesus, Lucas Paqueta, Bruno Guimarães, Eder Militão and Gabriel Magalhães, just to name a few. Looking at these players alone, I think that Brazil fancy the chances against anyone. Then you add in the likes of Alisson and Ederson competing for the goalkeeping spot, Thiago Silva who's having an amazing season, Coutinho who's making a comeback, Fabinho, and of course we cannot forget the main man Neymar, even if his performances have been lackluster as of late. Neymar is Neymar. Brazil have a great squad with a mix of already established young players and veterans of the national teams who are going at it hard right now. On top of this, you add in their recent success in recent tournaments, and I believe that you have a winning team around you. The next team here is Italy, and this is the only one that I wasn't sure about. Italy did do great in the Euros, and that's what's got them on this list over the likes of Portugal, Denmark and Argentina. Not only does Italy have some of the things that Spain and Brazil have going on for them, in a nice squad of young players and good performances recently, but Italy also have the added bonus of being the current champions of Europe. So looking at it from that perspective, it kind of makes sense to have them in this position. I nearly did not have them in here due to their recent fiasco in the qualifiers, but they still have a chance of making it. Between themselves and Portugal, I fancy Italy's chance better. They have a much better rounded squad where everyone knows exactly what they are doing and where they will play. Having the likes of Immobile, Insigne, Chiesa, Jorginho, Verratti and Donnarumma in your squad also helps tremendously. Italy have everything going on for them, recent success and a strong functional squad with an amazing defense, midfield and attack. I just hope that they do not disappoint me in the World Cup. Next up we have England. England and the next team on this list are my favourites to win the whole thing. But England in particular, I really like their chances. The criteria to enter this list is probably pretty obvious at this point, and England tick every box. Although they haven't won anything, they have come very close to winning a lot of things since the 2018 World Cup, and I think that that counts too. The squad isn't too different either, which is a bonus as well. During the Euros, I thought that Southgate's persistence in being defensively sound would come back to bite them, which one could argue that it did happen in the final, But for the most part, England looked great. The addition of Declan Rice in the midfield was especially something refreshing to see. England now have a strong midfield too, of which Rice is not only the only one. Foden, Grealish, Phillips, Ward-Prowse, Mount and Bellingham are another few players that make this midfield a world-class midfield. Offensively, they are able to compete against the very best too, with Harry Kane, Sterling, Sancho, Smith Rowe, Saka, etc. This is a well-balanced squad all around. Where England could be exploited, however, is in their defense and also in how the other managers are much better tactically than Southgate. Then there was one. The last team in this list is none other than France. France are the current world champions and Nation League champions, which holds weight and demands respect from every other team coming up against them. Offensively, France have two of the top 5 best players in the world right now, in Benzema and Mbappe. Their midfield is also very strong, with Pogba, Kante and Okamovinga rising through the ranks. France bottled it during the Euros but came back in the Nations League, and that only served to wake them up, which is a good thing. It's never really good for a team to get comfortable, and with France now feeling the taste of defeat, they will not want to get back to it. Thank you very much for watching the video until the end. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more game analysis, football history, individual performances, top 10s, etc. This is the beginning of something special, and it would mean the world to me if you subscribed and helped me to grow this channel.